Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Ross. The fourth grade teachers and I hope you had a really great spring break, time to relax and spend time with your family. As we start up again, we discussed and decided that we would sort of go back and review many of the skills that we covered in fourth grade, so you feel like you're really confident in them and ready to conquer them, right? So topic one we did way back in September. It's place value, something you've sort of had every single year, and every year they sort of just add more to it as you gain more understanding, all right? So on this slide, we have a place value chart, right? And so each place value here is held by a digit. Remember, your digits are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, so here in the ones place, we have the 4 holding the place. So that means you have 4 apples, right? Next to the ones place is the tens place, right? So here in the tens place, we have a 2. That doesn't mean 2 apples. That means you have 2 sets of 10, so 20 apples. After the tens place is the hundreds place, and the digit holding the hundreds place is a 3. So remember, that doesn't mean 3 apples. That means 3 sets of 100 or 300 apples. So the value there is 300. After the hundreds place is the thousands. We don't have anything, we have a 0 here sort of holding the place, so there is no value there. Next is the 10,000s place. We have the 8 holding it. That means we have 8 10,000s or 80,000. After that is the 100,000s place, and the digit here is 5. So that means we have 500,000s or 500,000. And then here we have the millions, right? So that means we have 4 million, right? So we think of that as a really large amount. So hopefully if I win the Mega Millions, I might win $4 million. That would be lovely. Okay, so in our place value, we have it sort of broken into parts, and they're called periods, right? So the ones, the tens, and the hundreds are in something called the ones period, all right? Each period of 3 sections is separated by a comma. You see it there. So after the ones period is the thousands period. And the place values in the thousands period are the thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s. And separating the thousands period to the millions period is again another comma. Then the last period we're going to look at for fourth grade is the millions period. And in the millions period is millions, 10 millions, and 100 millions. Okay? So also in this lesson, we went over expanded form. So remember, expanded form is breaking apart the values of numbers to find their sum. So if I was going to break apart 599 by their place value, I would break them apart. So if I added them back together, I get 599. Now, forever and ever and ever, as long as I've been teaching fourth grade, we've sort of traditionally taught it like this, breaking it by place. So 500 plus 90 plus 9. But this year, your book sort of showed us a new way that we can break it up different ways as long as our sum is still 599 and we're still using that idea of the place value. So we can use the idea of the hundreds and tens together, 590 plus the ones plus 9. Okay, so this was sort of very new for all of us. So there are several sort of different combinations you can use to find expanded form. Just know that the one I'm drawing my little arrow to, this is sort of the traditional way we've taught it for a long time. So here's one right out of the book. And I like this number because, again, it shows us the periods, right? The ones period, the thousands period, and the millions period. So this is our number, 21,125. So the first example I have here, which I'm underlining, I did sort of that traditional way to do expanded form. I broke it up by each place value. So 20,000 plus 1,000 plus 100 plus 20 plus 5, right? But the new way we learned this year showed us that I can sort of group the digits in the thousands period together. So this is 21,000. I could say 21,000 plus 100 plus 20 plus 5. I can also say 21,000 plus 120, group those two together, and then add the ones. I'm sure there are several other combinations we could do. All are correct. So the last thing we learned in lesson 1.1 was word form, which we've always called word form. But this year they sort of introduced it using new names, using number names. So just know that word form and number names are the same thing, okay? So here are number 3,456. And I like to read the numbers aloud because then that helps me know how I'm supposed to write them. So 3,000. And notice how after 3,000 in my number, I have a comma. I also have it in my word form. 456. And notice this thing here, I have my little hyphen, right? That's very important. 21, 22, 23, 24, all of those numbers going up are going to be using a hyphen. Let's try another one. All right, this is a big one. 312,409. So 312,000. Notice where my comma is. 409. All right, let's try a more challenging one. Woo, it's a really big one. Okay. 9 million. This one, 9 million. 999,000. So look, 999. I have that hyphen in there. 1,000, comma, 999. And again, I have the hyphen in there. Okay? So this should be really good practice and review for many of us. I know sometimes we get a little confused. And I also know that sometimes we get a little frustrated with the spelling. So inside the slideshow today, we put together a little cheat sheet for you. So as you're working, if you want to come back to this, if you forget how to spell something, it's here, okay? I know sometimes we get a little rushed or we forget, but at this point in fourth grade, you should be spelling the words of numbers correctly, okay? So boys and girls, you have some work to do today. Tomorrow we'll do 1-2. All right? Bye.